I never thought my own blood would be the ones to teach me the true meaning of abandonment. It wasn't a dramatic fight, no screaming match or thrown plates. It was quieter, colder, more surgical. They simply decided I didn't belong anymore, and they made sure I knew it only after the decision was final. It started 6 months before Christmas. I'd always been the glue. When my parents' marriage cracked in my teens, I was the one who mediated. When my younger brother Ethan got into drugs, I drove him to rehab 3 times and paid the last 2 bills. When my sister Maya wanted to move to New York for her dream job, I co-signed her apartment lease and sent her money every month until she got on her feet. I fixed the roof after the storm. I handled Dad's medical bills when he had his heart scare. I even planned Mom's surprise 60-year-old birthday party last year. They called me the responsible one. In private, they called me too much. I noticed the shift in October. Family dinners became just the 4 of us this time. Conversations stopped when I walked into the room. My mother started saying things like, "We're keeping it small this year," even though Christmas had always been the whole extended family, 25 people, minimum. Then came the real clues. One night I borrowed Maya's laptop because mine was dead. She'd left her email open. There was a chain from her to my parents titled, "Christmas 2025, Final Plan." I scrolled down, heart already sinking. Subject, Christmas 2025, Final Plan. From Maya. To Mom, Dad, Ethan, Aunt Linda, Uncle Raj, Noah, my best friend since childhood, and 3 cousins. The email read, "Everyone's confirmed except him. Let's not tell him until the last minute so he doesn't make a scene. He's been so intense lately." "We all need one peaceful holiday." My mother replied, "Agreed. I'll set the table for 24. He'll probably assume we're doing something small." Ethan, "LOL, he'll be pissed, but whatever. We deserve a break from his lectures." Noah, the one who used to say I was his brother, "I'm in. I'll bring the wine. He's been texting me nonstop lately. It's exhausting." I sat there in the dark, reading it over and over. My chest felt like it was caving in, but I didn't cry. I just closed the laptop, walked out, and started planning. See, I'm not the dramatic type. I'm the meticulous type. The one who keeps records, backups, passwords. The one who never forgets a favor. Over the years, I'd quietly become the family's financial backbone. My parents had taken out 3 credit cards in my name when they were underwater after Dad's business failed. They never told me. I only found out when I checked my credit report for a house loan. I didn't confront them then. I just paid the minimums and waited. Ethan's side hustle selling vape pens. I knew about it. I even helped him set up the LLC so he could write off expenses. What he didn't know was that I'd kept the login credentials for the business account, and the tax filings he'd been fudging for 3 years. Maya's new boyfriend, the one she swore was the one, was actually married. She'd told me in confidence. I had screenshots of their texts, including the ones where she bragged about how easy it was to keep it from Mom and Dad. And Noah, my supposed best friend? He'd been borrowing money from me for years, never paid it back. I had every Venmo transaction, every text saying, "I'll get you next month." Last year, he'd asked me to co-sign a car loan for him. I did. I still had the paperwork. They thought I was too nice, too loyal, too busy fixing their problems to notice how much they used me. They were wrong. I spent the next 2 months gathering everything. Quietly, methodically, I transferred the credit cards back to my name and stopped paying. I filed a fraud report with the banks. I sent anonymous tips to the IRS about Ethan's unreported income. I forwarded the screenshots of Maya's affair to her boyfriend's wife. I called the bank holding Noah's car loan and informed them he'd been late on every payment. I didn't do it in rage. I did it like I was checking items off a to-do list. Christmas Eve arrived. I hadn't been invited, but I drove the 6 hours anyway. I parked 2 streets over and walked up to the house. The windows glowed golden. Laughter spilled out. I could see them through the curtains. My entire family, plus Noah, plus cousins, plus the neighbors. The table was set beautifully. 24 plates, 1 empty chair. I didn't knock. I just stood there in the cold for a minute, watching them toast and smile. Then I went home. At 11:47 p.m. on Christmas Eve, the first call came. Mom, hysterical. "What did you do? The bank just called. They're freezing everything. The house, the cards, everything." I answered calmly. "You wanted Christmas without me. I gave you one." You'll remember Ethan called next, screaming, "You reported me? I'm getting audited. My business is done." Maya, "You told his wife? She's leaving him. How could you?" Noah, "The bank repossessed my car. I'm getting sued. You ruined me. I didn't raise my voice once. I said the same thing to each of them. You all decided I was too much. I just removed myself from the equation. Permanently, I blocked every number. The next morning, Christmas Day, I woke up alone in my apartment. No presents, no calls, just quiet. I cooked a small roast, opened a bottle of wine I'd been saving, and sat at my little table for one. The silence wasn't lonely. It was peaceful. A few weeks later, my mother sent a long email begging for forgiveness. She said they'd been wrong, that they missed me, that they wanted to make it right. My father attached a photo of the empty chair at the table with the caption, "We left it for you." I replied with one line, "I'm not coming back. I finally have the holiday I always wanted. Without the people who never really wanted me, I never heard from them again. I moved to a new city. I made new friends. I built a life where loyalty isn't conditional and love isn't measured by how useful you are. Every Christmas now, I light a candle on my table. One candle, one plate, one glass of wine, and I raise it in a quiet toast to the family I was born into and the one I chose to leave, because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is walk away and never look back.